Hey guys, welcome to the Rachel Cruze Show. So the question is, does America still have a middle class? Well, with inflation and everything going on, it's a big question. And the answer is yes. But it looks a whole lot different today than it did even a decade ago. So the middle class today, the income range that's considered middle class for a single American is about $30,000 to $90,000. For a 3-person family, it's about $52,000 to $156,000. That range is considered middle class again for a 3-person family. Now, think back to 2010, and the median income for middle class was a little under $80,000 for a family of 3. So $80,000, now it's $156,000 on the high end. So it's just crazy. You can see how much it's changed. But yes, it still exists. But with inflation, it can be so hard right now to adjust, especially if you find yourself on the lower income of that range. And so a lot of people are saying, it's hard to make ends meet. We're living paycheck to paycheck, all of this. And again, groceries, gas, even just these simple expenses, everyday expenses that are needed have just gone up so dramatically, and everyone is feeling it. Everyone. And again, it's really hard. It is really, really hard when you used to be able to have margin and things were going okay, even just 2-3 years ago. And now it's just a different time and a different world. And so, yes, the middle class has changed over the years, but the principles that we teach here at Ramsey Solutions, especially when it comes to budgeting, have not changed. So if you find yourself in a pinch and you're thinking, gosh, this is so hard to budget right now, here are a few tips to help you out. Number 1, create a budget. This is so important. I talk about it all the time, but honestly, this is your roadmap. Your budget is your plan. It helps you be intentional. And so your income minus your expenses should equal 0. So you look at next month and you say, here's what I'm gonna make next month. Write that on a sheet of paper, get an Excel file out. I love the app. Every dollar, use that, whatever it is, but put your income for next month at the top. Then you list out all of your categories that you spend money on, including giving and saving. And the goal is your income minus your expenses equals 0. So every dollar coming in from your paycheck is assigned to a category. Now, what can come up that a lot of people are feeling is actually it ends up being a negative number where you're spending more on paper than you have coming in. So if that's the case, here's what I want you to do. First, cover your 4 walls. This is food, shelter, utilities, and transportation. Before anything else, this has to be covered, okay? To keep you alive, keep your family safe, all of that. Then you want to look at other expenses that are really essential. That's childcare, paying on your debts so you don't get behind, insurance, all that. And then you want to look at things that you can just cut out. Cut out anything extra. You don't need 5 streaming services on your TV, okay? Get rid of them. Cut them out. Don't go out to eat. Look at your food budget and see, okay, what can I cut there? Don't go shopping if you don't need new clothes. Again, just cutting those expenses is so, so key. And then I want you to go through every category in your budget and see what you can lower. Again, I mentioned food, but this is a big one. Can you meal plan? Can you buy cheaper products like generic versus name brand? Can you shop at a different store that's less expensive? Can you use coupons? Can you download apps? I even did a video with Frugal Fit Mom on how to save money at the grocery store during inflation, so I'll put that link below as well. But again, look at that category and say, where can I cut? Where can I save some extra money? Look at your utilities. You can replace your air filters. I would say only run your appliances when they're full. Wash all your clothes in cold water. That'll save versus hot water. You can adjust the temperature of your air conditioner. These are just ways, again, to find some margin because when all those bills get back, hopefully they will be lower than last month. Look at your transportation as well. Combine your errands if you can. Join gas reward programs. Get an app to help you see where the cheapest gas is. There's an app called Gas Buddy. They're great at this. Also look at all of your insurances. This is gonna be huge. This is where you actually can save a lot of money. Insurance is one thing that people just pay for, whether it's quarterly, yearly. Go and actually shop rates. Also look around for better policies when it comes to your cell phone. George Camel and I actually did an entire video on how to save money on your cell phone plan. So I'll put that in the description as well. And look at your entertainment budget. We all want to have fun in life. We want to enjoy life, even though things are stressful. It's like you want to enjoy. But listen, there are so many creative things that you can do that are for free. So be on the lookout for free events and activities in your neighborhood or your city. And then you can look at the income side of your budget. So that was all the expenses. Look at your income and say, okay, where can I increase this? Can you get a side hustle, work overtime, freelance, even ask for a raise? Maybe you end up switching jobs, sell stuff. I mean, selling stuff and decluttering your house, obviously if you do that, you'll get extra cash and then it's gone versus having a side gig that's going to be paying you every time you work. But this is a great thing to do just to get a boost of money in. So look around your house. What are stuff that you're not using, clothes you're not wearing, TVs you're not watching, sell them. Extra furniture that's around that you're like, oh, I meant to get rid of it. Sell it. You can make hundreds, even thousands of dollars by doing that. Next, I would say save up for an emergency fund. So things are, again, can be very tight, but a goal for you to have is to have $1,000 in the bank. And this is really your safety net. This will give you some security in life, and it will help you when things come up. So that's your starter emergency fund. Also, I would encourage you, do not go into debt for this. This is a big temptation where people think, oh, everything's so tight, and if we're behind on a few things, we'll just charge it and all that. What fixes it, for that moment, but then next month you're gonna have another bigger problem when it comes to your money because you're gonna owe money and still have your bills from last month. So being able to look to see, okay, what can I cut now and create my lifestyle to be lower and tighter than trying just to fix it with going into debt. That is not a good plan. And then also look at your budget and be realistic about it too, because so much has changed because of the pandemic and inflation, all of this. And so looking to see, okay, I'm gonna focus on this budget. That is gonna be your game plan. It's gonna be your roadmap. It's gonna help you so much. And when you get extra income, higher income coming in, and you're lowering expenses, make sure you take all of that money you're saving and applying it somewhere, whether it's paying off debt or saving up your starter emergency fund of $1,000, but being very specific, because you can get extra money and be like, oh, wow, I sold that and I worked extra. This is fun. Let's go out to dinner. No, use that money to help you, create margin in your budget by saving up that emergency fund and then start paying off your debt. Now, budgeting, it can be not necessarily confusing because the math is very simple, but letting it be part of your rhythm can be hard to get into the habit. So I love the app EveryDollar. I mentioned it earlier, but I have it on my phone. My husband has it on his phone. We use the same login information, and we can drag and drop transactions that come into the app to keep up with the categories, know what's in every category, know our plan, are we sticking to it? And it is so, so helpful. So make sure to download that so it will help you on this budgeting process. Okay, I know that was a lot about increasing your income, saving money, cutting back. And I have so many videos on these topics. So look through my YouTube channel. Again, you're gonna find hundreds of videos and hopefully some really helpful resources for you during this time. And if you have a friend or someone that you love that feels like that they are struggling and don't have the margin in their money that they used to, make sure to send them this video. I hope this helps you guys. Again, I know it can be a really tough time right now and you're thinking, oh my gosh, is this reality? Is this real life? But listen, honestly, looking at your numbers and figuring out what you can control is the best thing that you can do with you and your money. Having a level of a plan and control is going to help you get so, so far. So like I always say to end this show, it's true. Make sure to take control of your money and create a life you love.